From what looks like a real-life Dementor spotted in the Sydney sky, to bizarre glitches disrupting our reality, and even what could be undeniable proof of Bigfoot's existence, these are some of the most unsettling moments ever captured on camera. Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single one. Imagine stumbling upon a discovery that could change everything we know about what lurks in our forests. That's exactly what Coyote Peterson brings. Back in the day, the dense, foggy forests of British Columbia have always been shrouded in mystery. Indigenous tribes spoke of massive forest creatures, towering beings who roam the woods, sometimes seen from a distance, but rarely encountered up close. This video, from the MacLeod Presents YouTube channel, uploaded on July 8, 2022, is shaking up the Bigfoot enthusiast community. In this video, MacLeod covers photos shared by TV host and adventurer Coyote Peterson on Instagram, showcasing a possible Sasquatch skull found in a ravine in British Columbia. In the picture, we see a skull that is strange and terrifyingly resembles a mix of humanoid and ape features. It has a prominent brow ridge, a very large sagittal crest, and, like any wild animal, huge nasal openings. According to MacLeod, the large sagittal crest suggests that this creature was accustomed to chewing a lot. Another interesting feature is the skull's small brain cavity, especially when compared to humans. We also see Coyote Peterson holding the skull in his hand, and, while it's not huge, what's odd about it is how flat it is. Normally, a skull would be elongated vertically, but this one is notably flat. When compared to photos of Bigfoot sightings, this flat skull looks remarkably similar to the famous Patty Bigfoot footage. If we compare it to the skulls of early human ancestors, it also shows striking similarities: large eye sockets, a small brain cavity, and that distinctive flat head shape. But the most intriguing similarity is with the silverback gorilla skull. The jaw formation is almost identical, making the resemblance uncanny. After posting these photos, Coyote Peterson has become paranoid that the government will take them down, convinced that they're 100% real. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Most of us think we know our world and what it's capable of, but every now and then, something like this pops up, shaking us all to the core. It was just another normal morning in Sydney, Australia, when an unusual sight in the sky baffled the masses, leaving many to wonder what on earth it could be. In a clip uploaded to Instagram, a dark floating mass was captured in the sky, hovering above Sydney like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. While it wasn't huge, its appearance was what made it truly bizarre. It looked as if someone had thrown ink into the sky. The Sydney man who filmed it suggested it resembled liquid metal and was convinced it wasn't a cloud. The sight led to widespread speculation about its nature. Some suggested it might be a UFO. Others thought it could be pollution, while many drew comparisons to a Dementor from the Harry Potter series. Those dark, soul-sucking figures that glide through the air. However, after doing a bit of research myself, I found out that it could be something called a scud cloud, a low-altitude cloud formation. It's the closest logical resemblance I could find online. though it still looks a bit off. Whatever this thing was, it was enough to give the residents of Sydney quite a scare and something to talk about for weeks to come. If you're planning on going on a cave exploration venture, this video is for you. This video was uploaded on Instagram by a Romanian cafe business account, but what it captured had nothing to do with their offerings. Instead, it was something terrifying. The video shows what seems to be a group filming what appears to be the entrance to a cave. However, the truly terrifying part is what's standing at that entrance. It was a figure draped in white, staring directly at the camera's flashlight, and it keeps staring at the camera, almost as if it's waiting for the light to go away, to do God knows what. And that's exactly what happened. The figure began to move and disappeared into the nearby bushes. And then the video ends. What the fuck? This video really creeps me out. I mean, the sighting itself is terrifying, but the truly unsettling part is how this thing starts moving as soon as the light goes out. It makes me wonder, what would it have done to them if there was no light? This next chilling video reveals the nightmare a driver stumbled into while cutting through a rumored forest. This video was uploaded on TikTok, where it shocked the whole community with what it showed. It comes from a driver who was passing through the forests of Hertfordshire when his camera caught something that shook him to his core. As he was driving, the camera captured a woman dressed in white, moving alone through the nearby woods. She was completely alone and clearly visible in the footage. According to the uploader, this woman in white is actually a locally known spirit who is said to chase cars and sometimes even stand in the middle of the road, disappearing right as a car approaches. It sounds pretty scary, but if you ask me, this could also be fake. That spirit might just be someone dressed up to mess with passers-by and make them believe in the rumored ghost sightings. However, if that's not the case, then we might have to accept the other, far more chilling possibility. This soldier was stationed at the airbase when he caught sight of something so unnerving it nearly ripped the breath straight from his lungs. On April 4th, a user named Tales from the Grid Square uploaded a few photos, claiming they were from a friend in his unit stationed at Antonio Bautista Air Base in Palawan, Philippines. However, the photos his friend sent contained something truly terrifying that he spotted. At first glance, the photo looks like nothing special, just a glass window showing the outside view. But when you zoom in, that's when the real horror appears. In the zoomed-in photo, you can clearly see a shadowy figure standing in the distance, staring directly at the camera. According to his friend, it's the apparition of a woman, and he even outlined it to make it easier to spot. The shadow has a humanoid shape with terrifying eyes, and it's just standing there, silently waiting. According to the uploader's friend, the building used to serve as a transportation facility for the remains of dead troops from World War II. That room in particular, was rumored to be haunted, so much so that many Air Force personnel avoided it altogether. I mean, if trained Army personnel are experiencing things like this and are scared of them, then if such spirits ever decide to haunt us, who exactly are we supposed to look to for help? Really concerning, to say the least. There's a growing group of internet users who firmly believe we're living inside a simulation, and videos like this only seem to strengthen their case. This strange footage was uploaded to Reddit, showing what many are calling another clear glitch in the Matrix. The video appears to be filmed in a city somewhere in Asia, judging by the language heard in the background. At first glance, everything looks normal, with a clear sky overhead, but then you spot it. Hovering in the sky, there's what looks like a bird, but something about it is seriously off. Its wings are fully spread, but it's completely frozen in midair. It's not flying. It's not falling. It's just stuck there, as if someone hit the pause button on reality itself. After the video surfaced, Reddit exploded with theories. Some claimed it was undeniable proof of a glitch in the simulation. Others suggested it could be a cleverly disguised drone, but one comment offered the most grounded explanation. It could actually be a dead bird, tangled in an invisible electric wire, just hanging there. While some argued that no wire is visible in the footage, it's possible that the wire is simply too thin to be caught on camera. What do you think? Are we looking at a glitch in our reality, or just another bizarre trick of the eye? These hikers, while trekking through Stone Mountain, stumbled upon something that seems to defy all laws of nature and physics. This video was uploaded to TikTok by a hiker who captured something truly bizarre while exploring Stone Mountain with his dog. In the footage, we see the hiker bouncing happily on the forest floor. But wait, something feels very wrong. Why is the ground bouncing with him like that? It almost looks squishy, almost as if the forest floor has turned into a giant trampoline. The guy is clearly having the time of his life. But what he doesn't realize is the terrifying danger he's actually standing on. What looks like nature's own trampoline could easily be the surface of a massive sinkhole lurking underneath. It's likely that only a web of tree roots is holding the thin layer of soil together, barely keeping it from collapsing. The hiker seems to be having 100% fun, but 0% survival instinct. One wrong bounce, and things could have ended very badly for him. To some, mirrors are just simple tools to see your reflection, but to others, they're said to be windows into another dimension, and this next video might just be proof of that. This strange footage, uploaded on TikTok, shows a really bizarre phenomenon where the creator captures what appears to be a butterfly stuck inside a mirror. In the reflection, you can clearly see the butterfly with its wings up, but when the camera pans back, there's absolutely nothing in front of the mirror. It's pretty unsettling and gives off the eerie feeling that the butterfly is trapped in another dimension, only visible through the mirror's surface. However, if you ask me, this one seems pretty fake. The butterfly looks more AI generated than real. Its textures don't really blend naturally with the ground and surroundings. Whoever made this was definitely creative, but they might want to polish their skills a little better next time. Living in 2025, if you still don't believe in the existence of extraterrestrial life, then honestly, there might be something wrong with you, because videos like these exist. As 2025 kicked off, reports of strange drones and unidentified objects flying across our skies started flooding the internet. In the US alone, there were tons of sightings, mysterious crafts just hovering or zipping through the skies, with zero official explanation from any government agency. But one of the most talked about incidents, it happened right at Manchester Airport. This footage was captured on Friday, November 29th, 2024, by a pilot inside his cockpit at Manchester Airport. What he saw on the runway was absolutely mind-blowing. A small, car-sized, round object hovering silently above the ground. The way it was built, its sci-fi-like appearance, nothing like any known drone we've ever seen before. Someone on Reddit even made a 3D model of this mysterious object to study it closely, and by the looks of it, it doesn't match any known drone or aircraft. It appears to have a cockpit-like opening, surrounded by an outer shell that covers a smaller, rounded body inside, almost like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. The strange part is that the pilot later reported seeing the same object flying at a high altitude above the airport, and if that wasn't enough, just a few days earlier, there were also reports of unknown drones being spotted near a US airbase in the UK. Social media has been blowing up with UFO footage lately, like the recent sighting over the US Capitol. Although some debunkers claimed it was just flashlights reflecting on camera lenses, this Manchester sighting feels way too real to dismiss. As time moves forward, more and more unknown crafts are popping up in our skies, and yet, there's still no real explanation from governments or experts. If you ask me, I think something seriously mysterious is cooking up above us. Our skies may look serene, with fluffy white clouds drifting lazily across, but sometimes, those very clouds can become something deeply unsettling. This video quickly went viral online, even making headlines in the New York Post, leaving netizens stunned. The footage was captured in Handan, China, and it shows a cloud doing something bizarre. In the video filmed by locals, the sky is filled with clouds, but something is off. You can clearly make out what looks like a person walking on top of them. Yes, you heard that correctly. There's a human-shaped figure moving across the clouds. The movement of the figure adds to the eerie nature of this phenomenon. For a few moments, it's as if this strange figure is strolling through the sky, before it suddenly dissipates and the video ends. People are calling it the cloud person, but I think it's more likely a trick of the eye, an example of pareidolia. It's a psychological phenomenon where our brains make sense of random patterns, often seeing faces or figures in clouds, shadows, or even abstract shapes. Still, there's something oddly captivating about how it looks like the cloud is mirroring us, as if it was caught in the act of being human. I always knew sports fans could be a little crazy, but this is straight up terrifying. This chilling video was uploaded to Reddit and shows what seems like an overly passionate fan watching a football game. But then, if you look closely, something isn't quite right. As she's glued to the match, she's holding what appears to be a voodoo doll. And what's even more unsettling, the doll has the number 15 on it, clearly indicating it's meant for Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. She's poking it repeatedly, almost as if she's trying to hurt him, or at least sabotage his game. Now, I don't know if it worked or not, but one thing's for sure, this lady seriously needs to chill out. It's just a game. If you ask me, it looks like she might have placed a bet on the game, and that's why she's resorting to some checkable methods. This strange video reveals what a YouTuber stumbled upon while searching for Bigfoot deep in the forest.
These are aliens. This is alien goo.
The footage comes from a channel called The Bigfoot King, a name that gives away its focus on searching for the elusive Bigfoot. But on July 4th, 2024, while on one of his usual expeditions, the Bigfoot King came across something far stranger than he expected.
This is alien goo.
What he found appeared to be some kind of alien goop, a bizarre, gooey mass containing what looked like small, alien-like creatures trapped inside, seemingly ready to hatch. It's hard to look at it and not feel the odd, unsettling vibe it gives off. Now, while some people might jump to conclusions, calling it an alien egg or some extraterrestrial slime, I decided to dig a little deeper. Turns out, it's not something to lose sleep over. It's actually just frog spawn. The tiny creatures inside are tadpoles. Still, considering the jungle-like environment he found them in, far from the usual aquatic habitats, it's definitely a strange sight. And, let's be real, it still looks pretty creepy if you don't know what it is. This woman was simply cleaning the bathroom when she stumbled upon something so bizarre, it sent her straight to the internet, desperately seeking answers.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Uploaded on YouTube, this strange clip begins with a close-up of the bathroom floor, where the woman is cleaning the floor. But wait, there's something strange moving in that puddle. Upon closer inspection, you can see a whirlpool forming in the water, swirling the foam in its grip. What's unsettling is that there's no visible sinkhole or opening that could explain this mysterious motion.
I don't know what the fuck this is. Rolling around in this water.
Then, just as quickly as it appeared, the whirlpool vanishes into the water and the video ends. Personally, I think there might be an opening in the tile or a hole beneath the surface creating this strange vortex, pulling the water in like some kind of hidden drain. But could it also be something small and unknown stirring up this effect? What do you think?
Ain't nothing there. But you don't see anything. I went away.
When obsession clouds judgment, even the ground beneath our feet can transform into a deadly trap, just like it did for this poor soul. This haunting image comes from João Pimenta, a 71-year-old Brazilian man who tragically lost his life after falling into a 130-foot deep hole that he spent over a year digging beneath his own kitchen floor. According to his neighbors, he even opted to use dynamite to go deeper. Why, you ask? Driven by an unshakable belief that gold was buried beneath his home, João's obsession led him down this dangerous path. But sadly, during one of his ventures into the shaft, he lost his balance and plunged to his death. Honestly, this story is both heartbreaking and deeply unsettling. It serves as a chilling reminder of how all-consuming obsession can be, blinding us to the very real dangers that lurk around us. João's determination, while admirable in its own way, ultimately proved to be his undoing, a tragic final cost for a dream that was never meant to be. When you're out on a forest hike, always keep an eye on your surroundings, or something like this might be lurking in the woods. The footage is from a hiker exploring the Canadian Acadian forest who noticed a hairy creature stalking him. Initially resembling a bear, the creature gradually reveals its distinctiveness. Its entire body has a humanoid appearance, and it's pretty massive, covered in thick dark brown fur. This creature fits the description of what many people consider the legendary Bigfoot. The way this creature stands still, gazing at the camera, is quite unsettling, because we're uncertain about its motives. It might be just curious about the hiker, or perhaps it sees the hiker as potential prey. So, when you're in the woods, it's important to stay alert, as we can't be sure about the intentions of this Bigfoot-like creature. If the idea of Bigfoot stalking doesn't give you the creeps, this video has something even more unsettling. Recorded by a group camping in a forest, it captures a strange figure standing in front of the camera with glowing eyes. This watcher appears to have some sinister intent, and it's unnerving for the campers. In terms of appearance, this creature looks humanoid, as we can discern its outline in the darkness, and it's quite human-like. The way its eerie, lifeless eyes stare at the camera genuinely frightens me. The darkness surrounding the creature adds an extra layer of unease. After recording the video, the group packed up and left, yet the creature remained, watching them. Whatever that creature was, it has made me swear off camping the forest forever. When we think of frogs, we often picture them as lazy, chubby creatures just sitting around, right? But have you ever seen them hunting? This video comes from a house in Florida and was recorded by a family member. In the footage, we see a view of a glass window, and on it, a large moth is strolling. The woman behind the camera is capturing this scene when suddenly, a frog jumps and attacks the moth. The frog swiftly bites the upper body of the moth, and half of it ends up in the frog's mouth. Witnessing this unexpected attack, the woman recording the video becomes surprised and fascinated.
Oh my god! I am filming!
Following the capture, the frog holds the moth in its mouth, and the internal liquid from the moth drips all over the glass window. Personally, I find the way the frog clings and holds onto the moth during all of this quite fascinating and intriguing. After watching this video, it becomes evident that frogs are not creatures to underestimate. I always express my fondness for trail cameras because they capture things that are not easily visible in the forest. This particular trail camera recorded something quite intriguing. Initially set up high on a tree to monitor the local bear population, it ended up capturing a large humanoid figure moving on the ground. This figure was enormous and covered in thick black fur. At first glance from above, it resembled a gorilla, but considering the location in Canada, some viewers believe it could be a sighting of the legendary Bigfoot. I share the same perspective and find it fascinating. Bigfoot, if it is indeed the creature captured in the video, is known for avoiding human contact and staying hidden. The fact that this camera, positioned high above, managed to capture such a sighting adds an extra layer of intrigue to the story. We've only explored 5% of our ocean, leaving the remaining 95% yet to be discovered. This makes me wonder about the creatures that might inhabit that unexplored part, and this video provides a glimpse. Uploaded by a TikTok account called Nature is Intense. It features footage of a rare aquatic creature resembling a peculiar eel. This creature has an unusual, naked body with 2 tiny arms and a head shaped like a crocodile. Its body is long, similar to an eel, but its swimming behavior is strange, using its hands and then its body in a way I've never seen in any other aquatic creature. I'm not sure what this creature is, so if any of you viewers can identify it, please share in the comments. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This video originates from Brazil, showcasing villagers capturing a weird creature. In the footage, a group of people gathers around this mysterious being. As the cameraman approaches, everything about the creature appears strange and unusual. It possesses naked skin with a texture resembling a giant larva, but with 2 large eyes on its head. Additionally, it has 2 arms. But strangely, there are no hands at the end. The lower body is even stranger than the head, and upper body, resembling something out of an alien movie. The creature appears lifeless, as it doesn't exhibit any movement, but its skin, when zoomed in by the cameraman, looks quite damp. While a plausible explanation could be that it's a newborn mutated baby of some animal, the chances seem low as such intense mutations are rarely observed. As enchanting as sea life may seem, it can be quite harsh with predators like sharks and orcas present. This video vividly depicts the harsh realities of the ocean. It captures the lifeless body of a seal washed up on a Sydney beach. Sadly, this poor seal has a significant portion of its body missing, likely due to a shark bite, ultimately leading to its demise. Upon closer inspection in the video, bite marks on the seal's body resembling shark teeth become evident, evoking a sense of sadness for the camera persons.
That's a bite mark, isn't it? You can see the teeth.
Now, the question arises, why would the shark attack the seal if it didn't intend to eat it? To me, it seems like the seal was initially attacked by the shark, managed to escape but succumbed to its injuries and eventually washed up on the beach. Having security cameras installed at home usually provides a sense of safety, but occasionally, they can capture scenes that evoke the opposite feeling. In this 2019 video from a house's security camera, the backyard of the house initially appears normal. However, something catches the eye in the background, a being moving in a peculiar way. This creature has long hands, tiny legs, and uses its hands for walking. It doesn't resemble any known animal or human, leaving viewers puzzled. Some viewers suggest it could be the rake or a skinwalker due to its appearance, but I doubt that. The rake and skinwalker typically move on all 4s like animals, so my guess is that this might be a nightcrawler, known for their slightly elongated arms. Our forests are full of mysterious creatures, and this Canadian video adds to the sightings. The footage captures a distant view of the Canadian woods, revealing a strange humanoid creature crouching within. It remains in a crouched position, potentially waiting for something or someone to pass by, hinting at a possible intention to attack. The creature's long arms give it an intimidating appearance, and at times it seems to be signaling someone to either follow or stay low. It's conceivable that this creature is part of a group, possibly gathered for hunting. As the cameraman continues recording, he pans the camera toward a cyclist approaching the figure. When he turns the camera back to the creature, it mysteriously disappears, and the video concludes. Upon zooming in, the creature's strange body texture and a lizard-like head become apparent. Based on these features, to me, this creature looks like it could be a lizard man. Ever seen those alien-like worms from movies? This video brings you footage of something similar. Recorded by a villager after rain, it shows a worm in the mud, initially appearing normal. The creature undergoes a transformation when touched by the villager. Root-like webs start growing from its body, expanding rapidly. These web-like structures emerge as a defensive mechanism, triggered when the worm feels threatened. Despite its terrifying appearance, this worm isn't an extraterrestrial invader, but a creature that has existed on our planet for a long time. Belonging to the Nemertea phylum, it's known as the ribbon worm. The ribbon worm uses its web for both capturing prey and as a defense mechanism. So viewers, there's no need to rush to your bunkers. This creature is not an alien. Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something like that happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman walking all alone by the side of a remote road with no light. As he stopped to ask if she needs help, she only made a terrifying sound.
Excuse me, you need help? What the?
I have to admire the courage of the man to stop and ask her if she is okay, and to keep his cool even when the encounter turned even creepier. But what was really up with that woman? Was she a ghost or a crazy woman? What do you think? This man took his kids out for a nice day in the woods, but what he did not know was that their day was about to turn from good to worse in a second. As he watches and records his kids playing, he starts noticing something weird. There weren't just his two kids, but someone else too. As the creepy short creature with a big head moves towards the children, not just the dad, but the kids also get scared, so they run towards their father who keeps shouting at them. The video lasted for a few seconds, but that must be the most terrifying seconds of the guy's life for sure. Was it an alien? A ghost? For me, it looks like some kind of a prank as well, but still nothing could be said for sure. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation. As he moves towards the building with a flashlight on, a figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point, I would close the recording and head back home immediately. But instead, this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Recorded and uploaded by a guy a couple of years ago, this clip had not just him, but everyone who saw it confused. According to him, he and his friends were out hiking on the mountains when they spotted a man far away descending down the hill. They saw him and thought he must be some lone hiker. However, it took them a few moments to realize that what they were seeing might not be just a human. Was that the infamous Bigfoot? There is still a chance that it could be just a human on a solo adventure. But the whole situation looks weird. What do you think? This video was uploaded years ago, when a man claimed that he had captured a ghost on his camera. It was late at night that the guy went to the spot that was famous for being haunted. At first, he recorded the old tree, with nothing spooky to see there. But as the camera shifted towards the other side, we can see a figure standing nearby with glowing eyes. It looked like a human, however, the eyes and the way it stood still the entire time showed that it was no ordinary human being. According to the man, it was a ghost who had haunted the place for hundreds of years. To me, it does look like a ghost, and I am not sure why people decide to go to haunted places in the middle of the night. Don't they care for their own safety? Thunderstorms and rains can be soothing. However, things take a quick turn towards it being spooky, especially when something like this happens. During a storm, when dark clouds had covered the whole sky, some guys were capturing the moment on their camera when a weird symbol started appearing in the clouds. As the video was uploaded by the man, it gained different reactions, along with millions of views. To some, it was an alien spaceship hidden in the dark clouds, while to others, it looked like an apocalyptic sign. I am not sure what theory to lean towards. What do you think? A Reddit user uploaded a video claiming to have captured footage of a cryptid in an abandoned house. In the shared footage, the explorers are seen navigating the abandoned house, but the front door is locked. Undeterred, the curious cameraman spots a small opening at the top of the door and inserts his camera to record the interior. The camera captures a dark hallway, and at the end of it, a figure with glowing eyes is standing, staring back at the camera. The cameraman, focused on extending his hand to get a better shot, remains unaware of the creature. The mysterious figure continues to stare for a while before suddenly charging towards the camera. Unknowingly, the man recording pulls out his camera, just as the creature is about to attack. In the video, viewers can even catch a glimpse of the creature's claw as the explorer retrieves the camera. While it's challenging to discern details due to the darkness, it's clear that whatever this creature was, its sudden charge suggests that its motives were anything but innocent. Have you ever seen those sci-fi movies where enormous space squids soar through the sky, causing terror? Well, there's a video circulating that seems to capture a real-life version of that scenario. Taken from a plane, the footage shows something massive and squid-like in the distance, resembling a giant squid with its upper body and long tentacles. At one point, it even looks like two separate creatures as it turns. The body appears to thin out, and then the video abruptly ends. Upon closer examination, some speculate that it could be contrails from a plane. However, there's no visible aircraft nearby, and if it were contrails, they should have dissipated after a few minutes when the plane moved on. Another suggestion is that it might be a custom-designed squid-shaped kite, but its size makes it improbable to fly in such high altitudes and strong winds. If it isn't one of these explanations, some are entertaining the idea that it could be an unknown alien creature. This video originates from Texas and was shared by a ranch owner who claims to have captured footage of Bigfoot. While taking his morning stroll near a forest lake, the rancher noticed a humanoid figure in the distance. Initially thinking it was a person, he called out, but received no response. The figure remained stationary, prompting the rancher to start recording. The humanoid figure stood there, seemingly doing nothing. The rancher, puzzled by its identity, speculated that it could be Bigfoot. In terms of appearance, the creature seemed quite humanoid, with thick black fur resembling the descriptions of Bigfoot sightings. However, I'm a bit skeptical about it being an actual Bigfoot, because the size of its legs looked more human, and its posture was also quite human-like. So I suspect it might be someone wearing a Bigfoot costume either for a prank or to create an interesting video.
Is that Bigfoot? I can't zoom in any further with this mode.
Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure. But if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are 2 passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa! What was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? Imagine you're hiking peacefully through a forest, and suddenly you stumble upon a bizarre sight, a massive heap of what seems to be animal carcasses. Yep, that's what this video is all about. Recorded by a curious hiker, it shows a bunch of stuff that sure looks like the remains of animals scattered around. There are ribcage bones and other bits and bobs that make you wonder what in the world happened here. What kind of creature is behind this? It's a bit eerie, no doubt. The hiker in the video is just as puzzled as you might be. The big question is, why are these things here? Some viewers are saying they might be leaves from some exotic tree, just lying around drying out. Also, there are no skulls or anything like that can be spotted in the pile. So I am leaning towards the idea that they're probably just some peculiar tree leaves. However, no matter how you try to rationalize it, it's still pretty creepy. If I stumbled upon something like that during a hike, I might just keel over from the shock. This clip starts off with a woman screaming in horror, as if she had seen a demon or something. But then the video progresses and we get to know exactly why. At first, she tries showing it on camera through the window. But that does not work, so she runs towards the door of her house to get a clear picture of what she was seeing. It looked like 2 glowing red eyes a little far from their home, as if a massive demon was standing in the dark looking towards them. Could this be a wild animal, curious or looking for a quick meal? Or can it be something more creepy stalking the family? As these 2 guys went up the snowy mountains for some fun, they had not expected that they would witness a Sasquatch with their own eyes there. Covered completely in snow, it was impossible for any human to be there all alone. Even though neither the men nor us can see it clearly, the whole situation makes it look suspicious. Could this really be a Bigfoot sighting? At first, I was unsure, but considering the fact that it was literally in the middle of nowhere, I am starting to think that it might actually be the infamous Sasquatch. Humans have always been curious minds, but sometimes that curiosity leads them into situations that are too deadly and dangerous to come out of safely. This is exactly what happened here when a man decided to wander around in an abandoned area all alone and late at night. I have no idea what the man was expecting to see there, but he was definitely not prepared for this. A white figure is what his camera captured, half laying on the ground making the scariest noises. The question arises, what was it? A prank done by someone or a real encounter with a rake? With only this clip as source, nothing can be said for sure. In an autumnal forest setting, where trees stand bare without leaves, a woman captures a curious sight on her camera. She's filming a large, black, hairy creature partially obscured behind the trees.
Hey y'all, this was sent to me and it's really creepy. I don't understand how something this big and dark can fit behind such a tiny tree.
Its appearance closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. Throughout the video, the creature exhibits peculiar behavior. At one point, it attempts to conceal itself behind one of the slender trees. Strangely, as it does so, it seems to vanish, blending seamlessly into the woodland backdrop. The footage is intriguing, sparking questions about whether this could indeed be a sighting of the elusive Bigfoot. This is really interesting footage, but I wonder how come they were able to be so close to this creature and get out alive with the footage. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera at night, an extraordinary scene unfolds in front of a house. The camera records a peculiar creature moving at an incredibly fast pace. This creature stands out due to its unique appearance. It has 4 legs, a long body, and notably, appears to be hairless. Its form and speed are unlike any typical animal usually seen in residential areas. The fleeting nature of this sighting, coupled with the creature's unusual characteristics, raises questions about its identity. Could this be a rare, unidentified animal, or perhaps an unusual breed of a known species? Considering the creature's distinctive features and the blurry nighttime footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. What do you think about this? In this video, a woman is walking through the woods, possibly in search of her lost pet. As she films her surroundings, something unexpected catches her eye.
Oh my gosh!
She spots a large, black, hairy creature moving swiftly behind the trees. Its appearance and movement closely resemble what many would describe as Bigfoot. The suddenness of the creature's appearance and its quick disappearance behind the trees add an element of mystery and intrigue to the video. The woman's surprise is not all that enthusiastic. I would for sure be shivering if I spot something like this. But I lean more on this footage being fake. Someone in a costume ready to jump in front of their friend while filming. Do you agree? This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. In this intriguing video, people are filming from a bridge, capturing the serene scene of water below, illuminated by the lights reflecting from nearby restaurants. The atmosphere is calm until something unexpected and astonishing happens.
That is exactly how it happens. Oh, here it comes.
From beneath the bridge emerges a massive, strange-looking creature crossing the water. It's notable for its unusual shape and a particularly elongated neck. Unlike any typical aquatic animal, The creature's appearance in the water is so unusual, and I am not sure what this is. It might be a seal that comes very close, and from the weird lighting, it makes it look like it has an elongated neck. Do you agree? In this video, a man ventures into the woods at night, his only source of light being a flashlight. The darkness adds a sense of mystery to his surroundings. As he walks, he films his journey, capturing the eerie quiet of the nocturnal forest. When he points his camera towards a tree, an unexpected sight appears. A humanoid creature, partially hidden behind the tree, seems to be watching him. Combining it with where they are and at what time makes it a truly nightmare story. Is it a person, perhaps another night wanderer, that tried to scare them with a costume? Or something more mysterious and unexplained? Could it be the rake, considering making these guys one of its snacks? In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them, something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? From unsettling encounters with stalking cryptids to the heart-stopping sight of a dogman hunting in your area, and even footage of a strange alien-like creature, if you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we explore each mysterious capture.
Fuck is that?
Our world is filled with peculiar phenomena and undiscovered creatures, and a recent video captures one such mysterious sighting. In the footage, a trail path unfolds, and a bizarre, large, dog-like creature appears engaged in some mysterious activity. This creature has an unusually large body with unsettling proportions, featuring distinctive features like big ears and a long neck. According to the uploader, the creature remains seated for 15 to 20 minutes, seemingly just observing its surroundings without any apparent purpose. The rarity and weirdness of this sighting raise questions about whether this creature is a naturally occurring species, or if it could be linked to some kind of otherworldly summoning. What are your thoughts on this enigmatic encounter? There's a common belief that if you live near woods and hear strange screams for help at night, it's best to call the police because some person might be in trouble. However, that is not always the case. A homeowner recently uploaded a video on Facebook capturing the eerie noises emanating from the nearby woods. Intrigued, he ventured out to investigate further, only to discover that the voices sounded like a human yelling for help, but accompanied by unsettling growls. Some viewers suggested the possibility of skinwalkers, beings known for transforming into other living forms to deceive and lure unsuspecting individuals. It is also especially known that skinwalkers try to imitate voices. However, they are not very good at it. Just listen again. In such a situation, the best course of action is to call the police. allowing trained professionals to assess and handle the situation appropriately. Ever heard of the Michigan monster legend, the Dog Man? Well, if you haven't, this video is about to give you a glimpse of what it's like to have one in your area. The footage shows a street, and the guy eagerly zooms in on something in the distance. You can clearly see there's this dog-like creature jumping around in a really strange way. As the creature leaps, you can see its legs and arms, which look like a mix between a human and a dog. According to the guy recording, this creature appeared to be on the hunt in the neighborhood, making all kinds of scary sounds.
Fuck is that?
I used to think that dogmen were just myths, but after watching this video, I've got to admit, it's adding another thing to my to fear list. The video originates from an explorer who frequently delves into abandoned structures in forested areas. During one such exploration, he encountered an abandoned cottage-like house in the heart of the forest. Before entering, he recorded the surroundings of the house. However, upon reviewing the footage later, he made a chilling discovery, something peeking through the side windows of the house. The explorer initially missed this during the exploration, as it was concealed in the darkness. Upon freezing the frame and zooming in, it becomes apparent that the entity is a tall, humanoid creature. Unfortunately, the obscured appearance and lack of facial features make it challenging to discern more details. The eerie aspect is that this creature was present in an abandoned house deep within the dense forest. The motives of this mysterious creature remain unknown. Its presence raises questions about why it would choose to stay in such an isolated and abandoned location. The unsettling nature of the discovery adds an element of mystery to the explorer's adventure. A hiker was exploring the deep woods of Lucas, Canada, when he stumbled upon a truly strange and captivating sight. Deep within the forest, he spotted something big and dark in the distance, prompting him to start recording. At first glance, the creature in the video seemed like a large bear, but upon closer inspection, it became clear that it wasn't a bear at all. It was something entirely different. This mysterious creature boasted a thick coat of dark brown fur, giving it a massive and humanoid appearance. Its demeanor appeared rugged, and it seemed aware of the camera's presence. After a while, it nonchalantly walked away. Considering all these characteristics, it's reasonable to think that this creature resembles what many of us refer to as Bigfoot. Bigfoots are known to avoid being recorded or observed by people, choosing to reside in densely wooded areas. Moreover, to me, the video doesn't seem to be a hoax, as the creature's movements and appearance appeared far too natural to be fake. Do you believe in aliens? Well, if you're not sure, this video might just make you reconsider. It's from a farmer who stumbled upon something intriguing in his farm soil. At first, the creature he discovered seems like a regular worm, but then it does something really surprising. It shoots out a white root-like thing from its front, resembling something you'd see in an alien movie. This root attaches itself to the farmer's hand, and after a few seconds, the creature sucks the white substance back in. To me, it looks like this white substance might be the insides of the worm, and it's as if the worm threw its insides out on the farmer's hand, and then sucked it all back in. It's a truly bizarre sight, and I have no idea if this creature is from our world. If you know anything about it, feel free to share in the comments. Encountering something unknown or strange can be unsettling, but being stalked by it takes fear to a whole new level. In this video from a hiker, we get a glimpse of distant bushes with something lurking within. This mysterious creature keeps peeking its head out, observing and following the cameraman's every move. From its appearance, the creature seems quite humanoid, with an all-white body. When it peeks, we notice it has no hair and lacks typical human features, except for its nose, ears, and eyes. The creature also appears tall, easily peering over the tall bushes. It's genuinely frightening to witness something unknown, especially when you can't identify it at first. Towards the end of the video, the creature reveals itself to the hiker, causing the hiker to startle and quickly bolt away from the scene. This video originates from India and captures a startling moment of a real ghost sighting, as recorded by a biker. The footage showcases a mountain road with a breathtaking landscape below. As the bike moves forward, the camera captures a figure standing on the roadside, a ghostly apparition of a girl in a white dress with long hair obscuring her entire face. This ghostly presence remains still, seemingly waiting for someone passing by to stop, perhaps so it can carry out some kind of action. Stories suggest that these ghosts are the spirits of individuals who met with accidents on that road and now haunt it by appearing in this manner. It's a genuinely chilling sight, and the fact that it all unfolded in broad daylight adds an extra layer of fear to the encounter. Here's another intriguing piece of evidence that suggests the existence of aliens. This video, captured in Norway at night, reveals a meteor-like object traveling through the sky. What makes it even more fascinating is the dense, glowing smoke trail it leaves behind. After some time, the object shoots upward, causing the smoke to disperse and appear separated from its main body. The camera zooms in, revealing a glowing object within this smoky formation. As this glowing object moves further, it emits another similar object, surrounded by its own peculiar smoke rings. It's a spectacle of unusual occurrences, filling the entire sky with its captivating light and smoke display. Some viewers believe these were alien ships, but I lean towards the idea that it could be a military experiment, perhaps a missile test, creating this mesmerizing show in the sky. This video originates from a village church where locals reported hearing strange noises at night. Concerned, they called in a paranormal investigator who set up cameras and motion detectors inside the church for the night. Upon reviewing the footage in the morning, they were startled by what they discovered. As the video begins, a hunched figure swiftly moves in the distance, accompanied by a loud and chilling growl that echoes throughout the church. The ghostly presence is unmistakable, and after it passes, its shadow lingers for a moment before disappearing from sight. The revelation from this footage sheds light on the source of the eerie noises and screams heard in the church. Given the unsettling nature of the discovery, it might be time for the villagers to seek the assistance of a pastor or a higher authority to perform an exorcism on the church. This clip was recorded by a girl who was out with her family camping in the woods. Soon enough, she decided to wander there, leaving her family behind and venturing deep into the woods to explore. At first, it was normal with nothing but gigantic trees and bushes everywhere, but it did not take her long to spot something in a far distance that looked like a huge animal hiding. She got scared. However, she kept recording whatever she was seeing. Although very blurry, we can clearly see it resembles the perfect description of Bigfoot. But what is amazing from other videos capturing Bigfoot is that we can actually see the feet. The creature, upon moving its leg, reveals what looks like to be a white foot, which is quite interesting if we consider it to be a Bigfoot. As the video was uploaded on YouTube, everyone had mixed reactions. To some, it was a real Bigfoot, and for others, it was someone with a suit on. I will leave it up to you to decide which is the case. Wilderness holds a lot more secrets than we can ever imagine, and this clip is a total testament to that. This man went into the woods to get some fresh air and calm his mind, but he did not expect to leave with memories that will haunt him for life. For the first few minutes, nothing is out of ordinary, just the guy filming the river and looking around. But then he soon started hearing rustling sounds, as if a huge animal was walking somewhere not too far from him. Obviously scared, as any of us should be, he stops right there to look at what was making the sounds, and it did not take him long to spot the creature. As the creature appears on the camera, it resembled a hairy humanoid face, just peering at him from behind a tree. Realizing it is not an animal, but rather the supposedly Bigfoot, he goes closer to get a better view, but the creature seems to shy away, and we can see it running away. After a while of chasing, he is still unable to find it again, so he stops the recording. Was it a real Bigfoot? The face looked pretty authentic, but we can't say for sure based on the body size when it was moving, as it was way too far away and covered by the trees. This happened in India a couple of years ago, when late at night a security camera recorded something very strange. At first, it was just 1 or 2 vehicles on the road, and everything seemed normal. But soon, 2 men appear on the road coming from the same side. The man in the front looks like he was being very careful of the one behind him. Soon enough, the suspicions become reality when the man starts pushing the other one on the ground, and then tries to rob him of his belongings. And that's when things took a scary turn. From the looks of it, I think some kind of shadow is coming out of the victim, as if trying to protect him. In a second, the shadow is back into the man from where it emerged. I know it might seem hard to look at it, but have a look at the night vision images. We can clearly spot the third figure emerging from the victim, right? What exactly happened there? The identity of both the men remained unknown, which led to no proper explanation. There is a chance that it could be fake and edited. What do you think? Uploaded on YouTube in 2015, this thing had everyone who saw it in shock. A long green-colored slimy creature was seen slithering on the ground. However, it looked more like a jelly than a living creature. It had a flat, slimy body which resembled a worm. But what came next was more perplexing. It extended its tongue for a considerable distance, as if it was looking for something with it. But let me tell you, it is a green ribbon worm, part of an unusual group of creatures that can protect themselves with toxin-laden mucus. I have to warn you, if you see one of these, don't touch them. Uploaded on Facebook by a man who claimed he had recorded a monster in a thunderstorm. This video went viral as soon as it hit the internet. It shows a massive creature forming in the sky in the midst of a scary thunderstorm. But then the creature turns, showing its eyes in the camera as well. Soon enough, the pair of scary glowing eyes is completely apparent on the camera. However, ask me and I would say the video looks like it has been edited and probably might be fake. What do you think? Driving late at night near the forest, this girl got the shock of her life when she started sensing something weird around her. She stopped the car hoping to see if someone was there, but couldn't see a single soul. Still not moving, the girl moving her camera around to spot anything knew it was too dangerous to go out and check. Seconds later, she heard something that would haunt her.
Oh my god, no, fuck that.
The scream was not of an animal. Instead, it sounded like a ghostly moan. That prompted her to immediately leave. I have to say that this kind of behavior is exactly the one that keeps you alive in dangerous situations. Just get the hell out of there once you realize there might be danger. Imagine going to the woods with your friends, and minutes after you set up your camp and everything, you see this. A weird creature standing nearby hiding behind the trees staring directly at you. Anyone would be freaked out, and so were these people, but fortunately, before getting back, they made sure to capture it on the camera. When the clip was uploaded on YouTube, it had many viewers saying that it looked exactly like the infamous Dogman, due to the fact that the creature in the clip was standing far from the people, and therefore, the clip wasn't clear enough to determine if it was a Dogman or something else. No one could back their theory up with anything, but I would say that it could easily be someone with a costume on trying to prank the people coming to the spot for camping. Captured by a trail camera recently, this picture sparked a massive argument on the internet, featuring two figures, one moving forward and one in the back. It had people saying every kind of thing. The person on the left looks like they are a decently equipped hiker. The person behind them looks very much like a Native American whose legs are either missing or were moving when the picture snapped. We can argue about this all day, but in the end, no one can prove one way or another that this is the ghost of a Native American or a person in light-colored clothing moving fast to keep up with their friend. If this is the latter, the lack of hiking gear can be explained if they have a light-colored backpack in their right hand, which we'd never see, or they are making their friend do the hard work. Recorded in October 1994, this clip might be too old for some, but that does not mean the creature it had captured was any less terrifying. If we consider the fact that it was recorded back then, which means there is a lesser chance that it was edited or altered in any other way. The clip showed a giant figure walking alone in the middle of the mountains. The person recording it or the camera recording it must be at a significant distance, as we can't clearly see what the figure looked like, except for its dark skin, huge height, and human-like walk. Where exactly was the figure going? Or what exactly was it? These are some of the questions that everyone had in mind when they first saw the clip, but there was no one to answer. Even the experts found themselves perplexed over this one. For me, and truth be told, this looks like it was very real, but it could be just a human walking around as well. Most of the sightings of Bigfoot are either very deep inside the woods or in areas where it is pretty much impossible for most humans to go. But this clip features a creature which was so curious to see the humans that it wandered around the highway, stalking and following humans it spotted nearby. This family got freaked out when they saw the dark figure lurking nearby and decided to record it on the camera. But since the video did not give a clear view of the creature, I cannot say for sure if it was really a Sasquatch or just a man with a hoodie on stalking these people. Either case is just as scary. Driving along with friends at nighttime could be good for some people until they come across something or someone they had never imagined. As they were driving and recording the surroundings with a flashlight on, they saw something in the distance. Deciding to slow down and actually wait for the thing to come near or something was not a wise decision, if you ask me, because as they zoomed into it, the figure in the distance became a little clearer. It was an eerie figure with whitish skin that ran straight towards the men, freaking all of them out. When they later uploaded the clip on YouTube, everyone was quick to say that it must be the skinwalker, because even if we think of it being a human with a suit on, a human would not look like that. For me, it was definitely a weird cryptid or something because of the way it had no eyes, mouth, or anything. And the way it was running, I think there is a very low chance that it could be a human. Have you ever seen Gollum from the Hobbit movie? There's a TikTok video claiming to have spotted a real-life Gollum in the forest. The footage shows a wooded area, and in the distance, there's a humanoid figure moving around. This creature resembles a blend of a monkey and a human, specifically like Gollum from the movie. The hiker recording the video managed to capture the creature again, but this time it was up in the trees. Just like the golem in the movies, this creature effortlessly leaped from one tree to another. Could it be that this real-life golem is searching for the ring in the forest? From unsettling encounters with cryptids on the trails to the heart-stopping sight of a mothman staring back at you, and even footage of a massive tree-moving monster, if you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we explore each mysterious capture. Most Bigfoot sightings on the internet feature low-resolution footage taken from a significant distance, making it challenging to assess their credibility. However, this video is a rare exception, shot in high definition. It unfolds in the area of Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada, offering a glimpse of a snow-covered forest recorded by a hiker. The hiker is aiming the camera toward an enormous, hairy figure lurking in the distance. This creature appears to be massive and towers over the nearby trees. Its thick fur adds to the imposing image, and it gives off the impression that it might be stalking the hiker. Even in the absence of any aggressive behavior, the sheer presence of this formidable beast is quite terrifying. The question remains, was this creature the legendary Bigfoot, or could it be something even more sinister? People have talked about goblins for a long time, often in stories and legends. After watching this video, some might start thinking that goblins could actually exist. The video was recorded by a biker wearing a GoPro camera on their helmet, giving us a special view. In the video, we follow the biker as they ride along a trail, their motorcycle making a loud noise. Out of nowhere, a small, naked, human-like figure appears in the distance. This creature notices the approaching biker and tries to hide in the nearby bushes. The biker, curious about this strange sight, stops the motorcycle and tries to see where this mysterious creature has gone. This little creature, with its small size, exposed skin, and odd look, does resemble what some people might call a goblin. But the big question is, why was this goblin-like creature in that place? Was it searching for hidden treasures, or did it have some other unsettling reason for being there? This video takes us to the Mojave Desert, where an oil field worker captured something unusual while on the job. While working at the site, the worker noticed movement in the distance that drew their attention. They quickly started recording, and managed to capture a truly scary sight. In the video, we see a tall, humanoid figure slowly walking along a trail. The creature's gait is peculiar, and it appears to be hunched over. Its long, elongated hands are reminiscent of a Bigfoot. After a brief stroll, the mysterious being disappears behind a bush. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a skinwalker, but based on the creature's appearance, it seems more likely that it was a local forest-dwelling Bigfoot. Whatever it was, it undeniably presented a strange and mysterious sight. This video is like something from a nightmare. It was recorded by a security camera and shows a view of a house driveway. Right at the beginning of the video, a humanoid creature that walks on all fours comes into view as it approaches the house. As this creature gets closer to the camera, its appearance becomes clear. It is completely naked with a human-like body. At first glance, you might think it's just a person acting strangely. But the way this creature moves on all fours, hunched over, is incredibly unusual. It displays remarkable agility as it moves all around the house, coming into the view of multiple cameras. The motives of this eerie cryptid remain unknown, but I'm quite certain that they were far from friendly. Two friends were out for a night ride on their snowmobile in the Canadian wilderness, and they ended up having an unforgettable experience. This video, likely recorded with a GoPro or a mobile phone, shows their snowmobile traveling through the snowy forest. The light from their vehicle illuminates their path, and they have their loyal dog with them. They're having a good time, riding through the snow, when suddenly, their dog starts barking and acting anxious.
What are you barking at?
The friends are puzzled at first, trying to figure out what's bothering their dog. Then, out of the darkness, something truly eerie becomes visible, a tall, humanoid figure standing there. The friends quickly realize what their dog sensed, and they hit the gas, speeding away from this strange and scary encounter. This humanoid figure appeared to be skinny and exceptionally tall, just standing there, possibly waiting for who knows what. It was a truly chilling experience. Imagine, you wake up one day, step out onto your balcony, and direct your gaze towards the sky, only to be greeted by an unusual square-shaped object hovering up there. In this video, captured by a resident from their apartment balcony, we're treated to a sky view that showcases this square flying object. This peculiar object stands out as it lacks the conventional features we associate with known aircraft. Adding to its mystique, the object seems to remain perfectly still without any discernible movement. For those observing this video, the notion that this could be an unidentified flying object comes to mind. However, the absence of movement raises questions about its true nature. Some might speculate that it's a weather forecasting device undergoing testing, but without concrete evidence, the mystery remains unsolved. This footage was captured by a home security camera in New Mexico, and it showcases the appearance of an unidentified humanoid creature. The creature was reportedly moving in a southern direction. In the security camera recording, we witness a humanoid figure sprinting across the driveway in a fraction of a second. This creature's physical characteristics and posture are undeniably strange. It possesses a hunched back, very thin legs, and appears completely naked. The head of this creature even resembles that of an alien. However, the video quality is somewhat blurry when zoomed in, preventing us from making a definitive identification. Regardless, the presence of such a creature in one's driveway would undoubtedly be an unsettling experience. This video, originating from Russia, showcases the sheer force of nature in action. Recorded by a mountain climber, the footage captures a distant mountain peak adorned with trees. What's particularly intriguing is that one of the trees starts moving in an unusual and unsettling manner, as if someone with immense strength is holding and swaying it on the peak. This peculiar straight-line movement suggests a powerful force at play, possibly a colossal, unidentified forest creature. While one plausible explanation could be a feller buncher, a heavy machinery used for cutting trees, the tree's eerie motion remains quite mysterious. Trail cameras are fantastic for capturing the unseen mysteries of the woods, but sometimes they reveal things we weren't meant to witness. In this nighttime trail camera footage, a group of deer stands attentively, clearly spooked by something lurking in the dark ahead. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerges, its body reflecting the light from the trail camera. The deer remain on high alert, fixated on this mysterious presence. Just as swiftly as it appears, the shadowy creature vanishes into the darkness once more. This encounter was undeniably unsettling for these unsuspecting deer, and one can only hope they remained safe from this enigmatic entity. Have you ever heard of the creature known as Mothman? Mothman sightings were reported in the Point Pleasant area from 1966 to 1968, and newspapers were filled with accounts of these appearances. Mothman is a creature with a combination of humanoid and moth-like features, and its appearance can be quite scary and unsettling. But if you think you're safe now because the last sighting was in the 1960s, you might be mistaken. This video comes from Iran, where a villager investigates strange noises emanating from a nearby mountain. As he approaches with a flashlight, he spots a truly eerie figure resembling Mothman perched on the peak ahead. The creature has a red head and is enveloped in wings, and the reflection of its eyes in the flashlight's beam is particularly chilling. This video adds yet another mysterious creature to the list of things that give me the creeps. And just as you thought, the scary part only lies within the animal kingdom. I have brought to you this ultimate footage of a tornado recorded up close by a car's dash cam. It lasts for only a few seconds, but those seconds are enough for the tornado to completely destroy everything it comes in contact with. Just look at its size compared to the road. It looks terrifying. I for sure would not stand around it just to record. I'd be driving the way back. This video was recorded by a guy who was driving around at night when something weird came in front of his car and he had to stop. Coming out of the car while recording it all, the guy saw it was not a human or any animal either. It was a very creepy brownish figure with two glowing eyes that kept staring straight at him and crawling on the ground in a creepy way. He was recording it all, not believing his eyes, when suddenly the lights of the car turned off. In a second, the guy sensed something very close to him, and before he could react or run, the figure had already approached him. Unfortunately, the video ended right there, leaving us all to wonder what exactly might have happened there. Was it fake or just a bizarre video? This video was recorded by a family who kept hearing weird sounds from their backyard and one night decided to go and check what exactly was causing it. In complete darkness, as they tried investigating the area, they could tell something was not right. However, at first, nothing could be seen. It wasn't until the guy focused on the tree, and that's when a creepy alien-like figure appeared from behind it. It popped its head out for a second before hiding behind the tree again. The video ended with the guy running for his life, leaving us with multiple questions. Was it an alien, or was it just the neighbor's kid playing pranks? This clip was recorded by a guy who was hiking around in the woods when he spotted something weird in front of him. Recording, he saw that it was a darkish creature who was sitting on the ground and looked like it was in pain. It had ears like a wolf, but resembled a human as well. Scared, the guy stayed as far from the creature as possible while filming it, and later he uploaded it on YouTube to see what others had to say about it. And to his surprise, no one could tell what exactly it could be. Was it a werewolf, or was it something else? What happens when we all sleep peacefully at night? To some, the world stops, but this is not the case with everyone. Take this clip, for instance. As the night descended and the residents of this house went to sleep, something creepy happened outside their house. A ghost of a girl in a white dress appeared, walking her way around the house, before disappearing from the sight of the camera. The clip had the family in shock as soon as they saw it, not knowing what to do. There are no records of violent deaths around their area, and this was the first and the last time the ghost was ever seen. So where did this ghostly visitor came from? The video comes from Iceland, introducing us to the lesser-known but intriguing creature known as the Iceland worm monster. The footage unveils a river landscape, but it's not your typical river scene captured by a wildlife photographer. Instead, it reveals something strange and substantial swimming in the water. From a distance, the strange creature resembles a massive snake, reminiscent of anacondas, navigating the water with surprising agility. Towards the end of the clip, the cameraman manages to capture an up-close view of the creature. The close-up shot showcases an enormous head, remarkable for its sheer width, suggesting it could potentially devour a fully grown man. What sets this creature apart is not only its size and swift movement, but also the weird skin texture observed on its giant snake-like body. This distinct feature raises questions about its classification, differentiating it from known species of snake. This unsettling video comes from Spain and showcases a mysterious and somewhat disgusting creature. At first glance, the creature appears to be a mass resembling a brain from some unknown animal. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes apparent that it's a collection of gooey worms intertwined together. Surrounding this bizarre entity are freely moving bugs, detached and seemingly unaffected. The worms within the blob exhibit minimal movement, creating an eerie scene. As the cameraman zooms out, it becomes evident that this strange entity is partially submerged in water, and the worms are freely strolling around in it. The overall sight is both mysterious and unsettling, leaving viewers with a sense of discomfort and a desire for such strange entities not to exist in our world. The spine-chilling video originates from a South American warehouse, capturing a truly terrifying sight. The footage begins with a view of the warehouse front, and suddenly, a massive and girthy creature emerges from its side. Initially resembling a bear, a closer look reveals that it is something altogether different, with distinctive features such as a hunched back and long arms. The creature, covered in medium-length black fur, strolls casually across the camera frame. Following the video, the warehouse security guard shared his experience, mentioning that he had heard a strange growling in the middle of the night, initially dismissing it as potentially mountain lions due to the warehouse's proximity to the forest. He now realizes the gravity of the situation after witnessing the mysterious creature on camera. Whether you're someone who believes in ghosts or dismisses their existence, this video from 2014 might just make you reconsider your stance. The eerie footage captured by a home security camera is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. The camera was pointed down a house corridor when it unexpectedly caught the silhouette of a figure in the darkness. This ghostly apparition resembled a creepy, long-haired lady in a white dress, standing motionless and fixated on something in the distance. After a moment, the ghostly figure begins to walk, mysteriously disappearing into the shadows of the corridor. Even watching this from the safety of my home, the sight was truly chilling. Now, I find myself more cautious when navigating the corridors of my house at night. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Back in winter 2003, a security camera at Hampton Court Palace captured something quite extraordinary. The footage shows the front, and out of the blue, the door swings open. Out walks a person, but there's something really strange about them. Instead of regular hands, this person seems skeletal in nature, with a big robe on it. As far as I heard, this footage was taken when no one was supposed to be there, especially no one dressed this strangely. The creature opens the door briefly, and we only get a glimpse of it in a couple of frames. To me, this creature seems to be a lost soul, forever reliving their moments in that palace. And that is because the way it is dressed is too odd, resembling a bit the way royalty used to dress back in the 16th century. Some folks who saw this video online suggested it was a setup made by some employees there, in order to gather more visitors. However, I'm leaning towards my theory. What are your thoughts on what this creature might be? A Reddit user claimed to have captured footage of the legendary Slender Man in a field, and they uploaded the video for everyone to see. The recording, taken from a dashcam, shows a car driving along a trail in a calm and cozy countryside. As the car progresses, a figure appears on the left side of the road in the field. This figure is quite tall, and as the car approaches, it seems like it's signaling for the car to stop. However, things take a strange turn when it becomes clear that the figure's hand isn't signaling but reaching out far to grab hold of the car. As the figure extends its hand, the driver swerves off the road, crashing into a tree, and the video abruptly ends. The figure bears a resemblance to the popular image of Slender Man, with a tall and slender body and a featureless face. Anyways, I hope the driver was okay, and it seems likely since they were the one who uploaded the video. I don't understand why some drivers choose to venture into desolate forest trails in the middle of the night. This video is from one such daring driver who shared dashcam footage from their car. The footage reveals an empty forest trail with a tall woods entrance in the front. The car casually makes its way into the woods, and as it does, something from the side woods crosses the trail in front. The headlights capture this figure, and upon seeing it, the driver stops the car and the video ends. To me, this creature appeared humanoid in its walk and posture. However, it had a hunched back and towering height, leading me to believe it could be a Bigfoot. This video is from East India, and it captures a strange mutation in a cow. The cow's face resembles that of a human, with features like a nose, mouth, and eyes. The rest of its body seems unaffected, except for its hind legs, which appear skinny and bent the wrong way. The oddity of this mutation poses challenges for the cow, making basic activities like breathing and eating difficult. Unfortunately, animals with genetic disorders like this usually have a shorter lifespan due to the difficulties they face in essential life activities. However, I hope for the best for this cow and wish that it can overcome these challenges. So far, we've only explored a mere 5% of our oceans, leaving a whopping 95% uncharted. It makes me curious about the creatures that might inhabit that vast unknown territory. This video, shared on a YouTube channel, showcases a strange aquatic creature in the act of devouring a fish. The creature appears to be entirely made of skin, boasting a smooth texture across its body. As the camera zooms out, we realize the creature is quite massive, with an elongated body and a snake-like mouth. It swallows the fish whole, and surprisingly, it seems to have no teeth. This creature is both fascinating and terrifying. Its appearance, with no face, legs, or fins, raises questions about its nature. The way it devours the fish is reminiscent of something out of a nightmare. It's a strange sight with a long, smooth skin body that leaves us with more questions than answers. Have you watched Lord of the Rings and seen those tall giants? They seemed like mythical creatures, right? Well, what if I told you there's a video suggesting that giants might have actually existed among us? A lady uploaded this video on Facebook while she was on a train passing through a mountainous area. In the distance, she recorded something incredibly strange and captivating. There, on the ground, were a giant humanoid skull, ribcage, and other bones, just lying there in the middle of nowhere. It's tempting to think these could be the remains of a giant humanoid, but there might be a logical explanation. It's possible these are proportional props, maybe for some movie promotion, strategically placed in the landscape. But you may never know. We do have a lot of tales throughout the whole world that giants roam the earth. A Reddit user named Golitwu posted a video claiming to have captured a strange figure on her camera. In the video, she receives a notification on her motion sensor camera and decides to investigate. It's nighttime, and she's armed with a flashlight as she searches around the bushes. Suddenly, she spots something peeking from behind the bushes, a set of two glowing eyes. These eyes are fixed on her, giving off an eerie and unsettling vibe. Judging by the height of these eyes, it seems like the creature could be a tall humanoid, possibly a Bigfoot or a werewolf. However, going out to investigate without any protection might not have been the wisest decision on the girl's part. Recorded in India a couple of months ago, this video had everyone who saw it in shock. What first appears like a normal night with stray dogs wandering turns into a terrifying experience as the dogs start behaving weirdly. It looked as if they were scared of something coming their direction, and the reason behind that behavior becomes apparent when, after a few seconds, a black smoke figure appears from the front of the camera angle. The figure, which looked like a black smoke ball, turned into a more human-like shape as it came near the camera. The figure went towards where the dogs ran to. Could it be a lost spirit, wandering the streets in search for something it had lost? Humans will always be the curious types, wandering in abandoned and haunted buildings just to find out if they really inhabit ghosts or not. And the same thing was done by this person who went into an old abandoned building just to wander around. However, the current residents of the building were not so ready to see humans around. Even though it was for just a second, it seemed like the figure of a man coming straight for them. However, it immediately disappeared when it reached the sunlight. Was it real, or was it just an edited video? People have talked about Bigfoot for a long time, but it is not always that we get to see a picture or a video that actually makes us think that they might be real. This picture, which was taken by a trail camera in the middle of the forest, featured a creature which was exactly like what people had always imagined Bigfoot to be. It was huge, had dark grayish skin covered completely with hair, had a face which somehow resembled a gorilla, and a posture which made it look like a human. Considering the fact that the picture was taken in a rather remote area where there are no humans even miles around, the chance of it being a human is lessened. However, according to the owner, the creature ran past the camera fast and knocked it while doing so. This was the last frame the motion detection camera caught. Still, if you ask me, there is a chance that the picture might be edited and perhaps fake. When you're out camping deep in the forest with friends, it's crucial to illuminate your surroundings first. If you don't, encounters like the one in this video could happen. The footage captures a group of friends having fun around a campfire during their camping trip. However, one friend, bothered by the campfire smoke, decides to take a breather in the woods. As this friend ventures off, the camera picks up something else emerging from the darkness, following him. This mysterious entity appears humanoid but moves on all fours, with skin that seems hairless. It's remarkably fast and heads straight for the friend, almost as if it was waiting for them to separate before making its move. I hope the friend was okay, and that this creature was just curious about them. Based on the description, it seems like this creature could be something akin to a rake. What are your thoughts on what it might be? This video comes from a lady who was heading home after her night shift. Since the usual road was closed, she opted for a desolate forest trail, leading to an encounter she'll likely remember forever. She captured something strange on camera. While recording, a ghostly, transparent figure materialized out of thin air and swiftly crossed the road. This translucent, humanoid-shaped black figure moved with a posture resembling a human. The lady, understandably frightened, ended the video. The figure gives off a ghostly vibe, appearing like a passing spirit, caught inadvertently on camera. Despite this ghostly encounter, the lady's decision to get out of her car and record with her phone was risky. Apart from encountering a ghost, she could have faced other potentially dangerous situations as well. Here's another intriguing aquatic creature, this time from the Gulf of Mexico. In the video, a fisherman proudly displays a strange-looking fish he caught from the sea. At first glance, the fish seems quite normal as it swims, similar to any other fish. However, the real surprise comes when the fisherman lifts it up to reveal its bottom and face. This fish is unlike anything seen before. It sports 4 fins and an unusual alien-like face with an elongated Pinocchio-like nose and large eyes. The mouth is particularly strange and doesn't resemble a typical fish mouth at all. Additionally, from the bottom, its side fins appear to be a unique combination of hands and fins. The fisherman's catch is undeniably bizarre, and it could possibly be a new species of fish discovered in that area. Forest camping adventures are usually a lot of fun, but at any time, things can take a surprising turn. In this video, recorded by a man during a camping trip with his family, we spot a gigantic humanoid creature in the distance. This creature appears exceptionally tall and seems to be covered in thick black fur. it's bending down, as if collecting something from the ground. After some time, the creature apparently senses that it's being recorded and makes a hasty escape, bringing the video to an end. Judging by its appearance, it certainly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, although it's possible that it might be someone playing a prank in a Bigfoot costume. Regardless, whatever it was an incredibly captivating sight for the family on their camping adventure. This video was posted on Facebook by a user who claims to have been stalked by an unknown creature in his house, and in the video, he manages to capture this eerie encounter. The man in the video is visibly frightened and uneasy, attempting to show us the source of his fear. He explains that he had been hearing hissing noises coming from his backyard, and now he's ventured out to investigate what might be causing it. As he explores the area, he pans the camera toward his shed, where something strange is peeking out, and this thing seems responsible for the hissing sounds. In a trembling voice, the homeowner calls out to the mysterious presence, but it remains silent. Fearing the unknown, the homeowner hastily retreats, and you can clearly see the fear in his eyes as he makes his escape. It's a truly unsettling encounter, and it's hard to comprehend the terror of having something unknown lurking in your own home. This video was shared on Reddit by a homeowner who recorded a chilling entity haunting his house, and it's something straight out of my worst nightmares. In the video, we see the homeowner performing some sort of ritual with smoke, seemingly to ward off whatever is frightening him.
I know, bud. I'm not afraid, man.
He then heads towards the basement, and as he opens the door, a dark and eerie figure is standing at the other end of the stairs. The figure is undeniably creepy and unsettling. When you pause and zoom in on its face, you can discern its eerie, human-like features. However, when the homeowner switches on the light, the mysterious figure hastily retreats. With bravery, the homeowner follows, but to his surprise, he finds no one there. Suddenly, he hears cries coming from above, and he rushes back up the stairs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
However, as he's ascending, the door suddenly closes on its own, trapping the homeowner in the stairwell. I'm not sure what happened next, but since the homeowner uploaded this video, I believe he's safe.
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.